All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to all the hopeful elect, pushing out this word in sincerity and in truth. This is Brother DeQuar from the DC camp, coming back at you with another lesson, and I'm entitled it, The Chastening or Chastising of Yahweh, of the Lord. All right? I'm going to get straight into the lesson. This is Deuteronomy 8 in verse, here we go. Deuteronomy 8 in verse 5. It says, Thou shalt also consider in thine heart that as a man chasteneth his son, so Yahweh, thy power, chasteneth thee. Right? Because if you Yasharallah, you have to know that you are the Lord's sons. Okay? And he's going to chasten you. You know, let's look up that word chasten. Chasteneth. The word is Yasar from the Strong's H3256. It says to chasten, to discipline, instruct, admonish, to correct, to teach. Okay? And you look up the word chasten, the definition. It says to punish in order to bring about improvement in behavior, attitude, etc., to inflict suffering upon for the purposes of moral improvement. So when the Lord is doing this, he's not doing it. He's not chastising you to destroy you. You know, he's chastising you to bring you to who he is. You know, as a spiritual being, because we operate in the flesh, man. We are in the flesh, and the way we've been born, we was working the ways of the flesh, man. But now we have to be born of the Spirit. So that transformation process, it's going to be a little bit rough, man. You know? Hebrews 12, in verse 5, it says, And ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not thou the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him. And it said, you forgotten the exhortation, because I just read in the law in Deuteronomy that you were supposed to what it said, the word, it says the word said that you should consider in your heart. You know, so you was actually supposed to consider that, you know, like whatever's going on in your life, because the Lord governs the earth. We know that nothing happens without him sanctioning it. That whatever you going through is for your own. The Lord is doing that. So you're supposed to consider his works, you know. Consider the Lord's hands and everything that's going on that you're going through, you know. So that's why it says, my son, despise not thou the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him. You know, so you ain't supposed to just give up faith, you know, stop the fight, you know, perish when you going through something, man. You know? When thou art rebuked of him, it says, you know, if the Lord is admonishing you and reproving you for anything, punishing you, then you're not supposed to faint, because it's for your own good. Let me keep reading. Verse 6, it says, for whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. Yeah. If he loves you, that's what he going to do to you, man. You know? Every son whom he receiveth, man. Because if when you called into this truth, you know, he's trying to make you more and more into the perfect, more and more until the day that he comes like him, man. Because he's a spirit and we should be spiritual, man. Those are the ones he desire to worship him. You know? It says, if ye endure chastening, the Most High dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? Right, so you got to endure that chastening. If you're going through that chastening, he's dealing with you as a son, man. You know, because if you as a father, if you got any children, you're going to whoop your child, yell at them when they doing something wrong, so they don't hurt themselves, man. Or so that they may learn to not do that again. It says, but if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers. Yeah, all the sons is partakers of this chastisement. Then are ye bastards and not sons. Right. Bastards meaning fatherless, man. You know? And the rest of these people, and even 2/3 of our people, they're fatherless, man. You know? They not going through nothing. Well, our people won't be going through stuff, but like at the level that we going through it, they not going through that, man. And they not considering that the Lord is the one that's doing it. So they not growing from the chastisement. Okay? Learning what's pleasing and what's not pleasing to the Lord. It says, you know, if you ever played on a sports team, it's not when your coach is yelling at you when you should be all upset, man. But it's when he don't say nothing to you and just let you keep doing what you do. That's when you should feel some type of way about it, man. That's when you should be concerned, you know, because he's not helping you improve anymore. He's not telling you what's the right way and what's the wrong way, you know, because your coach, he's supposed to have experience, man, you know, and the Most High, who's more experienced than the Creator, man. He knows the inner workings of everything. That's why it says this. Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us, and we gave them reverence. Shall we not rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live? Right, because you got fathers in the flesh, your fleshly parents, you know, and they chastise you, and then later you be like, hey, I understand why my dad did that now. You know, for those of us who have had fathers, because a lot of us didn't, you know. But in that case, it was your mother or whoever, whatever figure came into your life, man. You be like, I'm glad that happened to me, man, because now I understand why. How much more so the Father of spirits, man, the Holy Father, the Heavenly Father, man. You know, the Creator. He said, and live, because Yahushua came that we may have life more abundantly. And he teaching us his ways, man. If we keep these things, then we gonna prosper, man. You know, in these scriptures there is everlasting life, man, eternal life. It says, verse 10, for they verily for a few days chastening us after their own pleasure, but he for our profit, that we might be partakers of his holiness, man. So he doing it for our profit, man. Our benefit. That we may be profitable to the body, man. Because each one of us is a stone, man, that needs to get molded because he's about to bring forth a kingdom, man. And it starts with that temple where he going to dwell inside. Now, each one of us represent a stone. If you just a stone that's like doesn't fit, and you never been molded, he gonna have to cast you to the side, man. You know. So if you're not being worked, if you just stay as you were, you're not being molded, man. You know, you're not becoming one of his sons, man. It says that we may be partakers of his holiness, and we want to be like he is, and how like Yahushua is, man. You know, and we're going through that learning process now. Verse 11, it says, now no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. Nevertheless, afterward it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby. Yeah, so when you're going through these things, it don't feel good at all. You know? It ain't something to, hey, you don't like it. It's actually grievous, man. But afterwards, man, once you go through it, it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness, man, unto them that actually are partakers of it, man, that's doing this thing. Okay? It's just like, man, hey, man, the Lord is building us up for the time to come, man. He's building up your faith. When you go through things in this world, it's for the time to come, man. You know? It's for the time to come. Because if you ain't getting your faith exercised, then when the real stuff pops off, you ain't gonna know what to do. Okay? This is how the Lord works, man. All right. This is 2 Corinthians 4, verse 16. It says, for which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. And the inward man is being renewed because You becoming more spiritual, man. You learning more of the Heavenly Father. You know what please Him. And then, although your flesh may be affected, hey, at the end of the day, you shedding that old man. You know? That's what this is about, man. Your inward man is being renewed day by day, because that's what's going to make you stand in these days, man. Okay? Let me get this. What was that? Heaviness. Yeah, 1 Peter. This is 1 Peter 1 and verse 6. It says, wherein ye greatly rejoice, though now for a season, if need be, ye are in heaviness through manifold temptations. So when you're going through these things, you greatly rejoice, man. You know? Let me look up that word, heaviness.
Strong's G 3076. Lupeo. Lupeo.
Yeah, lupeo. It says to make sorrowful, to affect with sadness, cause grief, to throw into sorrow. You know? So when you in heaviness, you know, you in sorrow through the temptations that you're going through. But it says greatly rejoice. You know? Because it's only for a season. You know? It's not going to last long. It says that the trial of your faith being much more precious than of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Yahushua HaMashiach. You know? Because your faith is being tried, man. You know? And when you're going through these things, it's for when the Lord comes. Is He going to find faith on the earth, man? You know? You got... when the Lord comes, you want to be found unto praise, honor, and glory, man. That's why you want to be tried. King David said, try me, Lord. You know? Let me get this. Malachi 3. I think it's just, I'm going to start from the second verse. It says, but who may abide in the day of his coming, and who shall stand when he appeareth? For he is like a refiner's fire and like fuller's soap. Right. The Lord, hey, you're going to be baptized with the same baptism the Lord was baptized, with water and fire, man. You know? And then who's going to be able to stand? Some may be completely disintegrated, but some going to turn into gold, man. Some going to be dross. It says, and he shall sit as a refiner and purifier of silver, and he shall purify the sons of Levi and purge them as gold and silver, that they may offer unto Yahweh an offering of righteousness. And this offering is going to be your own body, man. When it says in Romans the 12th chapter, your body is a living sacrifice, it's not just talking about when you going into the highways and byways, man, and going and doing videos, man. When you decide to set time aside for the Lord. It's about your whole life, man. You know, whatever you're going through. And hey, man, you just a vessel for the Lord, man. You know? And he's scripture say he's gonna make a man as fine gold. He has to purge you as he sees fit. And you should want that. You should want the impurities to be out of you, the doubts to be out of you, man. You know? And that's what the whole chastening is. That's despise it not. Because then he dealing with you. You know, he's supping with you. He's teaching you the right ways, man. Okay? This is what I wanted. Oh, it was something that I wanted. Okay. Well, anyways, I get this though. This is 1 Corinthians 11, verse 32. It says, but when we are judged, we are chastened of the Lord, that we should not be condemned with the world. Right? So when the Lord comes, we want to be found to honor, glory, and praise. So when we're being judged now, it's all a build up for that, man. You're being built up for that. So we're being chastened of the Lord when we judge that we should not be condemned with the world. Because the world ain't being taught the things that we being taught, man. So when things actually get real, these people gonna bug out because they ain't had no faith, man. Their faith wasn't being exercised. They wasn't being put through the certain things that you had to get put through, man. You know? In order to build up your character, build up your faith, man. You know? So that you be not condemned with the world, because the rest of them gonna be condemned, man. They're gonna be found to have no faith, man. You see? But see, the Lord, let me get this, man, the Maccabees. Because when the Lord, this is how the Lord deals with bastards, man. People that he don't really care about. This is 2 Maccabees 6 and verse 12. It says, "Now I beseech those that read this book that they be not discouraged for these calamities, but that they judge those punishments not to be for destruction, but for a chastening of our nation." And yeah, the Lord said that we're not here for our destruction, but we moved in the wrath. Why did we move in the wrath? Because we wasn't found perfect in his sight, man. You know, the Lord is a spirit. He desired them that spiritual to worship him, man. You know, so and you would think that we've been in this condition for over 400 years. You know, the Lord don't love us, but you gotta think spiritually about it, man. He's teaching us a lesson, man, that we can be the judges on the earth, man. You know, it says, "For it is a token of his great goodness when wicked doers are not suffered any long time, but forthwith punished." Yeah, because wicked doers, he let them build up their tab so they can have a greater judgment. But for us, you know, the moment we do something, we judge, man, which is a good thing. You see it on the big grand scheme of thing with our whole nation, but now it's like us, man. We get judged immediately. You know, which is a good thing. Even if you feel as though you didn't do nothing, he might find something that you're not seeing, man. You know, a way that you got on you that he wants to be purged out. Okay, it says, verse 14. "For not as with other nations whom the Lord patiently forbeareth to punish till they become to the fullness of their sins, so dealeth he with us." Right, other nations like he did Sodom and Gomorrah. You know, he let their sins reach up to heaven, and guess what? They got fucking missiled. You know, we don't want to be condemned with the world. So when you're going through things now, it's a good thing. You know. And when you thinking spiritually, you understand that. It says, verse 15, "Lest that being come to the height of sin, afterward he should take vengeance on us. And therefore he never withdraweth his mercy from us. And though he punish with adversity, yet doth he never forsake his people," man. You know? So he is punishing us, you know, but he didn't forsake us. And it's a token, a sign that he's showing us mercy when we are being judged, man. Because he's treating us like his sons, man. He's teaching us. Hey, Yahushua had to go through it. You know? What makes you think you any better? You just going to waltz into the kingdom without learning the necessary things? Okay? Yeah, I don't want it to be so long, so I'm going to get a couple more. And I'm going to close it. All right? This is... Yeah, man, the scriptures say, "Blessed is the man whom the Lord chasteneth," you know? That's why it says blessed, because he's giving you something, man. He's teaching you his ways, man. Okay? This is Psalms 119 and verse 67. It says, "Before I was afflicted, I went astray, but now have I kept thy word. Thou art good and doest good. Teach me thy statutes," man. Because there's no perverse ways in the Lord, man. You know, if he wants you to be going through something, then it's a good thing. And you're supposed to say, "Teach me thy statutes." Like we said, like I mentioned earlier, King David said it. So before you was afflicted, before you was in heaviness, you went astray. But now you kept his word, man. Let me jump down to verse 71. It says, "It is good for me that I have been afflicted, that I might learn thy statutes. Yeah, it's good that you're being afflicted, because now you, boom, you've been smacked into the right direction, man. That you may learn the Lord's statutes, what he wants you to do, man. As opposed to just going on and on in your own way into destruction, man. This is jump down to verse 74. It says, I think it was verse 75. It says, I know, O Yahweh, that thy judgments are right, and that thou in faithfulness has afflicted me. So it says that a spiritual man is supposed to know that the judgments of the Lord is right, man. Whatever you going through, whatever he ordained you to go through, is right, and that in faithfulness he's afflicted you, man. So he doing that all in faithfulness, man. Because what? The Lord's faithful that hey, that you gonna inherit the kingdom if you do what he tells you to do. If you endure, and you endure as a soldier, and that's what he's putting you through. And that's what Job knew. Job, hey man, everything ain't what it seems, man. That's why the scriptures say, lean not to your own understanding. Or it says, the Heavenly Father's ways is not your ways, man. The heavens is higher. Let me get that, man. I ain't gonna keep quoting it. But the Lord's mind is so more complex than you can really think. This is Isaiah 55 verse 9. It says, for my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are my ways your ways, saith Yahweh. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. Right? Because, hey, Job went through what he went through. You would think that, and his friends thought that, hey, since he's going through these things, that the Lord ain't dealing with him. But, quite the contrary, man. The Lord was dealing with him. His faith was being tried. And if you want his, you're going to endure that. And Job, he retained his integrity. That's why he said, though the Lord slay me, yet will I trust him, or trust in him, man. He going to maintain those righteous ways that he was taught. He ain't just going to faint, man. When when the Lord's dealing with him, he didn't just lose faith, man. Oh, the Lord ain't dealing with me for this period of time. I done lost everything. So I can't trust in that no more. Then you wasn't never worthy, man. All right, let me get this. This is Revelation 3. In verse 10, I'll just read. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience. Was patience is synonymous with suffering, man. Because, hey, when you got this word, man, the scriptures say that when you departed from evil, you make it yourself a prey. Because, hey, Satan is the rewarder of this world. You think that if you're doing righteousness, that you're going to be rewarded for it? According to the ways of this world, you got another thing coming, man. You're going to be in for a rude awakening. Yahweh Shai is the rewarder of the world to come, man. And he's the rewarder of spiritual gifts now. That's why I said it's going to yield the peaceable fruit of righteousness in the Hebrews, man. You've been spiritually prepped up. So when things pops off, you're going to have the necessary fruits in order to sustain yourself, man. That's why scriptures talk about the foolish virgins, the 5 wise and the 5 foolish. We ain't going to have enough for everybody else, man. They ain't want to go through what the Lord was putting us through. But anyways, it says, Revelation 3:10, it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Right? Because everybody's going to be tried, man. Everybody. But we kept his word, man. We endured. We was being built up. Our faith was being built up and exercised, man. So he going to keep us from the hour of temptation. We're going to have that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Lord to know which way to go, man. You know? But the rest of these people that wasn't being built up, they're going to, hey, man, they damned. They're going to be condemned. You know? That's why when we be judged now, as we read in 1 Corinthians, we going through these things so we don't be condemned with the world, man. You know? Verse 11 says, behold, I come quickly. Why would you give up at the end of this thing? The Lord said he cometh quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. So nothing you going through should be able to take your crown, man. Because when it says hold thou fast what thou have, it's talking about that word. And what? The faith in the word, man. You cannot lose the faith. Because so long as you got this faith, you're going to continue to, you can still rise, man. You can still fight. You can still progress into that perfect man that the Lord desires you to be. You know? Verse 12 says, him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my power, and he shall go no more out. And I will write upon him the name of my power and the name of the city of my power, which is New Jerusalem, which cometh down out of heaven from my power, and I write upon him my new name. Right. So you want to be that. You want to be that good stone, a part of that temple that the Lord is going to build up, that he's going to dwell in, man. You know. So when you're going through chastisement, man, all in all, you know, to sum it up, it's a good thing, man. Of course, it ain't gonna seem good in the moment, all right. But at the end, hey, you gonna be like he is, man. We're gonna be able to see him as he is, because we're gonna be like he is, man. You know, completely spiritual beings, as opposed to us being carnal beings, man. You know? So, hey, that's pretty much all I wanted to get on this lesson, man. As you can see, man, despise not the chastening of the Lord, because you actually, the Lord actually dealing with you. He's supping with you, man. You know, scriptures say wisdom cannot dwell in a malicious soul. So you want that, you know. The Lord said his burden, his yoke is easy, and his burden is light, man. You want that don't mean it's going. That don't mean you going to just skate through and get to the kingdom. But you're going to go through things, but he's not going to forsake you, man. All right. So with that, I want to say shalom.